In this video, we're going to explore how to add curtain doors into our curtain wall systems. So in the previous video, I created a curtain wall on the second level, and I'm going to use this wall as the entrance and exit onto the green roof that we can use for our Keystone Library design. Before I get started, in the level 2 floor plan, if you try to place a door in the curtain wall, you're going to notice it's going to act like it wants to put a door in, but then you're going to get an error because it cannot cut that out of the wall. So a regular door cannot be used in a curtain wall. So it's because there's no structure for there to place the door. However, we can create a curtain door. And so in order to do that, I'm going to move to the Insert tab, and in the Load Family option, I'm going to find some of my options that I want to load into the project. Within the Doors folder, I can find door, curtain wall, double glass. I have a double glass storefront, and I have a single glass. If I'm not sure which one I want, I'm going to hold the control key and select all three and say open. It doesn't really look like Revit does anything. Nothing really changes, but it does load those into the project. Now, here's what I need to do to get this to happen. When I go into the default 3D view, this is easier to do in the 3D view. So maybe I want this middle section for this curtain wall to become my door. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select the wall, and as I hover over the wall, I'm going to press the tab key. Now this is a press and release, so I'm going to press, and as I'm over top of like one of the panes, you're going to see there it highlights one, and now you can see it highlights the outside edge of the pane. So I'm going to go ahead and keep pressing the tab key because this can be something that gets missed very easily. So there's the mullion at the top. Here's the rest of the wall. If I press the tab key, again, it's a press and release. There's the top line of the grid, and here is the pane of glass. So when I see the pane of glass being highlighted, I left click to select it, and over here in my type properties, I can click on the drop down, and now I can choose and look around and see that I can have the options. If I scroll up below, now I've got curtain wall doors that I can load into the project. I'm going to choose the double storefront door. And with my level of detail set to fine, it sets in 2 doors, and it has the handles put in there for our particular doors. Now, down here at the bottom of our door, we may want to go through and look at when I select the mullion that was there. I probably want to delete that mullion, so then that way the doors actually sit to the bottom of the level, so that it will automatically put that in. I could probably go ahead, I could either keep that mullion just for at the top level, just so that way we can go through and keep some symmetry with that top line, but you could also delete it if you want. I'm going to keep it here, and that's what you can do to create your curtain wall doors. Now, in a subsequent video that we'll have later, when we put in the green roof, we may have to bump up the base level, offset the base level. So right now this is set at level 2. We may have to offset that whole wall up, so then that way we can go through and be level with the top of the green roof area that we have. To go through and do this, I'm going to show one more instance of a curtain wall door. I'm going to move to level 1. If I want to create a curtain wall, for example, and utilize the storefront curtain wall, I can go ahead and draw in the storefront wall. I'm going to go ahead and draw this in. Again, I'm going to move it to the outside. Hit cancel a couple times. Select my wall. Make sure the arrows are facing away from the building. And I'm going to go ahead and move it into place. And go ahead and make sure I get that dashed line to be put into the structure. Now, in the 3D view, depending upon, I may want to go through and take a look at editing some of the heights and everything. To keep this video a little bit short, I'm going to go ahead and just show you with the height that they kind of have set. So this is 8 foot tall for the panes of glass. This is the default. So in this scenario, if I want to add a curtain door into this storefront, I can also do that as well. Same kind of activities. I'm going to move over, once I have the wall selected, move over the pane of glass that I want to change. Press the tab key. Select my pane of glass. The only difference is this has a pin on it. I need to click on the pin to unpin the pane of glass. Now my type properties will become active. And now I can go through and set in my curtain door, have that put in. Same kind of scenario as if I want to delete the mullion at the bottom, I have to unpin it, and then I'm able to hit delete, and now it's able to go through and put that in. So there's a lot of different options. You can go through and do some custom curtain walls like what we did on the second level here. You can go through and do a curtain wall with doors utilizing the storefront. You could also use the exterior glazing and modify some of it and be able to go through and do a lot of customization and make this look really interesting. And one thing before I finish out is I will go through and turn on my hidden elements and unhide my wall that I did earlier and toggle that off. And now we're ready to go through and start looking at some of the other properties, which in subsequent videos we'll look at the roof, the green roof, and adding in the floors for our Keystone Library building.